Hello and welcome to another episode of Spill the Key. This time around we'll talk about patch 8.3, the changes, the new additions to the game content and what we're looking forward to. Again, I'm here with Waves, the Influ-hancer.
Hello.
So, what do you want to start with? I think because we're in Mythic Plus, we should talk about Mythic Plus. What do you think?
I think we should first of all talk about the new FX that's coming to Mythic Plus in patch 8.3.
And about the fact that our healer dies to a charge here.
Yeah, probably. It's not the best start into a key.
Okay, the new affix called Awakened. Basically, there will spawn 4 obelisks throughout the dungeon. And when you're not in combat, you can click the obelisk to get into another realm. In this realm, there will be a mini-boss for each obelisk. And as soon as you kill them, a portal will spawn. With this portal, you can get back into the dungeon realm, I call it that way. And yeah, by using these portals in a strategic way, you can skip parts of a dungeon like you would now do with a Shroud. Each of these mini bosses has a different skill set, but they aren't too hard to beat. They just are a little addition to the dungeon. Now you may think you can just skip those bosses if you don't need the skips. But if you do so, in the last boss fight of a dungeon, all the bosses that you didn't defeat will join the combat. So it isn't the best thing to do with at least all 4 bosses. Maybe there will be tactics where you only do... Okay, wow. Where you only do 1 or 2 of these mini bosses and kill the rest with the last boss, but most likely the most groups will just kill all 4 mini bosses before they engage into the last boss fight. What do you think about this affix?
I think it's a good way to make Shroud not as important as it is right now, but I'm not sure if it will decrease the value of Shroud or just be an alternative to it, but Shroud will still be good on top of it. So that you can play the dungeon without having a rogue in the group, but having a rogue will still be beneficial, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that definitely. But how do you think it compares to, for example, Beguiling that we are playing now? Do you think it's better or worse? Do you look forward to it?
I'm not sure if I'd say it's better or worse. I'd say that it's good that it makes the dungeons different from what they are right now, because the seasonal affix, for me personally, should always make the dungeons something new, so you don't play the same dungeons the whole expansion long. And I think that the previous seasonal affixes did a good job at that. And I think that the 8.3 seasonal affix has great potential to do that as well.
I'll take the next pick, just as a quick note.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's important that dungeons feel a lot more different than they do in the season before. And I think this affix will definitely do that for me. I also think the other thing you talked about, it will not decrease Shroud value at all. Yeah, maybe it's easier to play keys without Shroud now, but it will still be super strong to use Shroud. Maybe just to skip from one obelisk to another. You can do some crazy routes with Shroud skips and these obelisk skips. And also Rogue just brings so much other utility that you don't need to bench them. You can just always bring another Rogue and it should be fine. Or even beneficial.
Yeah, but I think it's a great affix to experiment with and to find new playstyles of different dungeons, and I think that's really good. You can be really creative with it, and in my opinion, you can bring a variety of different classes to the dungeons and try to make use of the obelisks.
Yeah, I think we'll see some specs that we haven't seen before, or not as often as before, and I'm really looking forward to that because I can't see DH and Rogue in every key for the rest of the add-on. That would kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing that's changing and that I'm really looking forward to is the change to Quaking. Right now, Quaking always deals 20% of your HP as damage, but if you stack with other people, that increases to 40, 60, 80 or 100% of your HP, depending on the people you stack with. And the change will affect the damage when you're standing alone, because right now, as I said, when you're standing alone, you get dealt 20% of your damage, of your HP as damage, and in the future you will get dealt no damage at all. But if you stack with another person, after the change, it will deal 40% like it does right now. So it just makes it easier when you're playing it correctly, and I think that's a really great thing. Because
Yeah, I always like when the game rewards you for playing the mechanics properly.
yeah, and as of now, when you look into the overall damage taken throughout the dungeon, Quaking leads that damage by far, and it deals far more damage than any other mechanics in the dungeons. And when you get into higher keys, it's just so hard to heal a dungeon with Quaking active and random damage effects like pistol shots in freehold or harponiers in freehold. Or the X debuff in King's Rest or something like that. So it's super important that they change that, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I really don't think that unavoidable damage should be the top damage dealt.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's pretty bad design.
Oh yes, it is. Okay, nice. Bloodstorm is dead. Another thing coming to Mythic Plus next patch is Mechagon. We will have two parts, inner and outer Mechagon, like we had upper and lower Karazhan before. And yeah, what do you think? Are you looking forward to queuing Mechagon keys, or are you afraid that it will be a total disaster?
I'm actually really looking forward to playing it, since it's something new in BFA and maybe will bring some fresh air into Mythic Plus. And looking back to Karazhan in Legion, I really liked upper Karazhan and I didn't really like lower Karazhan. So I really played the upper part of Karazhan a lot, especially for farming the trinket from there. But I also have to say that after, I think it was 63 runs or so until I got the trinket, I really got sick of playing upper Karazhan, and I think that the same thing could happen to Mechagon if we need to grind out the rings. And yeah, I really hope that I get the rings quickly, so I don't have to play it like 24/7 in good in good weeks, or I say in good weeks as in I have to farm Mechagon on 10 or 15 it will be next season to get a good ring, and don't have time to push the keys that I really would like to play. So I hope that doesn't turn out to be that.
Yeah, I'm really afraid of the ring grind as well, because I never got the upper Karazhan trinket after over 100 runs, and now I need 2 items instead of 1. So yeah, I hope I get lucky as well. Also, I think it will be really hard, especially the inner Mechagon. You have incredibly high boss damage, especially on the last boss. Oh my god, that was just bad. And you also got the trash in front of the last boss that really fucking hurts. So
Yeah.
that may be a really hard dungeon on both fortified and tyrannical weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Mechagon itself has been really hard when it got released, and on top of that, people have no practice playing it. At least I think that's how it is, since I just played it for Vision of Perfection and for the mount, and after that I basically just quit playing Mechagon.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't
so-
play Mechagon as well after I got the mount and the essence. A quick note on that essence, if you're thinking about grinding it before 8.3, I wouldn't recommend doing so, because in Mechagon Mythic Plus, the shards that you need to upgrade the essence also drop, so you can just queue a few Mechagon keys, and which you will do anyways, because you want to do you want to get the rings, and you also get the essence for free, if you want to say so.
Yeah, so pretty good time to wait with doing it.
Rogue. Yeah. Another thing about Mythic Plus, and then we'll shut up about it. Oh my god, what is wrong with us? Is are the new rewards, because not only the item level gets up, but you also get a mount for completing all the 10s, and a title for all the 10s, and a mount for completing all 15s. What do you think about them introducing these rewards?
I think we have waited long enough for rewards for doing Mythic Plus. Like, you always have the mounts and the titles in PvP and raids, and I think that it's finally time that we get good rewards for doing high Mythic Plus as well, and I hope that it will encourage more people to do Mythic Plus, so we have more people to play with. And on top of that, I think the title is pretty cool, and I'm not really a fan of the mount look-wise, but yeah, I'm looking forward to get it, even though I don't like the looks of it, but it's gonna be pretty cool having it.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. I read the news article about the new title and the new mount on Wowhead, and the top comment at that time was, "Oh man, the boost prices for that mount will be incredibly high." And I think that's funny, because the first thing I thought was, yes, I can do those keys. I want that mount. I'm happy they reward me for that. But other people seem to think, oh no, we can't do that at all. I'll just buy it.
Yeah.
And do you think a lot of people have that mindset, or is it just coincidence?
Honestly, I think for a lot of people, it's just that's gonna be pretty hard. I'm just gonna buy a boost, and I mean, can't really blame them. I mean, if they have the goal to do it, why not? There will always be people boosting different content. So yeah, I mean, I will play the keys on my own, and I'll be happy that I earned the mount. But yeah, I'm not really too bothered with people buying boosts for it. That's just how it's always been.
Yeah, I think it isn't too bad that people want to buy it. It doesn't bother me. I'll just get the rewards by myself, be happy about it, and if there are people running around with it that haven't done a single key by themselves, whatever. I don't mind. Okay, another thing coming to us in 8.3 besides the dungeon changes is the new raid, ny'alotha. What do you think about that? Are you excited to play it? Have you watched the boss fights, or do you want to be surprised when they get released?
I haven't watched all the boss fights, but okay, you gotta rest me. I watched some of them, and I'm really looking forward to them, since I think that cleave damage and funneling cleave damage into single target damage will be very important in the next raid, and that's what I'm good at. And so I hope that the boss fights will be fun. And I'm happy that I already got Purification Protocol and on rank 3. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the raid.
yeah, for those wondering why Purification Protocol would be so great in that, majority of the boss fights are abominations, and Purification Protocol is
4,
very good against
3,
them.
2,
And also,
1.
it gets buffed with the next patch and deals even more damage. So you should really look into getting those essences, or that essence in particular.
Yeah,
now I
but
think we
the
focus
essence
on
will
the
be
boss
easy
fight
to
because we just fucked it up and I don't want to waste this key. So maybe we just focus on this and then talk about other things in 8.3 afterwards.
Yeah, to be honest, we played this key really shitty.
Yeah, but it's still timeable, so let's at least try.
Yeah, sure.
Because this week, for the first time in Spill the Key, we are using our own keys and not playing someone else's key.
Yeah, true. Didn't even notice that.
TH is really nice for this indigestion. They can just jump away for every single one. Can't say the same about Guardian Druid.
I mean, can you dash and cat form it?
That's really risky because he just needs one hit to kill you.
Yeah, but in theory, would it be possible? I think so.
I think if you have perfect timing, that may be possible, but it's not really worth it, I think. Because you can just sit it and reach in afterwards and get a huge heal in.
Okay.
At least in the keys I tanked. Okay, let's just kill this bitch.
Do you know this moment in keys where you fuck something up really bad and it just ruins your mood for the whole key?
Yeah, I know those moments, but I'm not experiencing it right now because we did the start of the key quite well because the... Okay. That short micro got fucked up. Because the tank played quite well in the beginning of the key, and bad tanks are the things that ruin a key for me. So I'm not feeling super annoyed yet, because he is doing a fine job. We are the people that fuck up.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because it was the first pull that ruined my mood. Since I got aggro and insta-died with Lust and my cooldowns.
Yeah, it's a Demon Hunter. There's nothing he can do about that. Besides
Yeah, I
playing
know, but
Anima
I
and
wasn't used
spam.
to having a Demon Hunter tank. So I didn't wait like, I don't know, 3 seconds until I attacked. So I'm
Yeah.
not blaming him, I'm just saying that it's annoying.
Yeah, I believe you. Okay, there was no kick ready, or did we just not kick it? Because I didn't have the kick up. I'm not sure about the others, I didn't look.
I'm not sure, I think mine could have been ready, but I was watching the other mob.
Okay, I take this.
I'll kick. Okay. I'll kick first on diamond. You take second.
No, tank wants me to take first.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's
I mean,
not
that's
relevant, but
important. Yeah, but I want to take the first one as well, if that's okay for you.
yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Nice.
That didn't work out the way it was planned. Oh god, I wanted to kick Spirit Drain and fucked up. But that's fine. Soothe the Guardian. Phew. That was the pull I was most afraid of. Okay, so back to ny'alotha. I'm really looking forward to it. Huge spoilers ahead, so if you don't want to hear anything about the raid, just skip like the next 1 or 2 minutes. There's one boss in the dungeon where you have to play like soccer. You have to kick a ball around into a goal, and I think that boss looks really fun, but has the potential to really be annoying in progress when you have a group that isn't as capable in kicking that ball into the goal. so you have to wipe on that boss like 30 times, but couldn't do anything to get better because you weren't the one in charge of kicking those balls around. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's random who gets to kick the ball, right?
I think it's assigned, but also in lower difficulties, not everyone in the raid has to do it. I think in Mythic, nearly everyone is doing it.
I think everyone, not just nearly everyone.
Yeah, maybe.
Correct.
I think that depends on your damage, because you get debuffed after kicking that ball around, and you can't do it again. So
Okay.
if you are really fast, not everyone has to do it, but if you're slow, at some point everyone has to do it, and then you either wipe or kill the boss.
So in the first few weeks, probably everyone has to do it.
Yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
take the exactly.
Yeah, I think that will be a huge war for some guilds, because I think most of the guilds have like 80% of really good players and 20% of not so good players, and if everyone has to play a mechanic, that's always a problem for some guilds.
Yeah, but we'll see about that. I'm looking forward to the boss. I think we'll manage to kill it quite fast, at least I hope so. I'll take the next on Defiler.
Okay.
Okay, Rogue took it from me, but I also kicked. So we got no kicks up. I'll stun next. Okay, it's already
I stunned it.
here. Okay, but let's not talk too much about the raid, because a lot of people don't want to be spoiled, and also a lot of things aren't final yet. Let's just keep it at, it looks like it could be really fun, and we're looking forward to progress. I think that recaps our ideas about the raid quite well.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, and let's talk about other features like the invasions and horrific visions. What do you want to say about those?
Let me just focus 1 second on this pull.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty tough right now. Okay, I think we stabilized a bit. Horrific visions. As I said about the tower in the first episode of Spill the Key, I like the fact that you can play it alone and with friends. So you have that diversity in how you want to play the content. And I also like that you can repeat it as often as you want to farm some stuff. And Yeah, I really hope that I like doing them, that they are fun to me, since you need to do them to upgrade your legendary cloak. And yeah, but in theory, what I've heard from the visions, I think that I will like them, and I'm really looking forward to playing them.
Yeah, the good thing about them, in my opinion, is that you don't really have to grind them out. You can do one a week or something like that, I think, and you'll still get the upgrades for your legendary cloak. So if you're planning on playing more than one character, it's really good that you don't have to grind them on all of those characters. So I think that's a really good thing. And also, there's just solo content to do, which is fun as well, because I can't be asked to do the same Zuldazar world quests over and over again and not having anything else to do when I'm playing alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the fact that they are bringing more single player content into the game. Not because I don't like playing with other people, but it's just convenient to play alone sometimes, where you are just not in the mood to play with people, or you can't find people for the content that you want to play right now.
Could get out of there with quaking.
So yeah, I really think that it's a good idea to put more single player content into the game.
Yeah, I think so too. Another great thing about those visions is that you can get a currency to put sockets onto gear. And that's especially important in the next patch, because you won't have sockets on your gear by default or by Titan Forging, because War and Titan Forging get completely removed from the game. And I think that's really great as well. I was waiting for that change forever, and now it's finally there.
Same.
We need more percentage, by the way.
Yes, I'm just addressing you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, as I said, there won't be any War and Titan Forging. We'll have a set item level, and that can't increase. But there are some other RNG mechanics getting introduced to 8.3, because otherwise it wouldn't be BFA anymore. And that change is corruption. Just to explain it really fast, your gear has a chance to corrupt, and that will give it a corruption stat. Like you have agility on your gear, you can also have corruption on your gear, but where you will also get beneficial effect, like increased crit damage, or or yeah, what are some other effects I don't even know right now because I'm so focused on this key. But there are some beneficial effects, or like just mastery increases or something like that. But there are some drawbacks, because the more corrupted gear you get, the more negative effects you get as well. At first there's just a chance that you get slowed for a set amount of time, but there will also be some damage taken increases, or random enemies that will chase you, and if they reach you, they kill you. So you aren't advised to take on as much corruption as possible, because at some point you won't be able to survive that. So you'll have to find a good mix. I'm not really sure. The Rogue just posted a rotation in chat, and I don't really know what he's referring to. Maybe you can enlighten me.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay.
Maybe he was talking about the kicks on the horror we just did.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and there will be new essences that will give you corruption resistance. So the more corruption resistance you will gain, the more corruption you can have on your gear without having the negative effects on you. And I'm really interested in how long it's gonna take to have like a high enough resistance to use all the gear that you get, or if you will have a lot of corruption gear with good effects, but a lot of corruption on them just laying around in your inventory or in your bank. And yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, me too. Let's just finish this boss before we round up the episode, because we are really close on timing it.
Yeah, if we don't wipe, we should time it.
I was sitting at 8 stacks and finally got the debuff to cleanse everyone, but I was ticking so low. I was really afraid.
Yeah, quaking is really bad on this boss fight.
Oh yeah, it is. Won't be so much with the next patch.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Let's kill this visage and then we should be done.
Yes.
Okay, good job.
Nice.
God, my overall damage sucks so badly. Because I died on the most important pulls.
The Titan bought us time, but Gahun will not stay
Ooh.
contained for long.
Total 18. That's not too bad. Oh, and you got a socketed ring.
Yeah,
That's
I
also
mean,
really good.
I already got that ring on 445 socketed. I
Wow.
thought this is the moment where I can get rid of Druid crafting, but apparently not.
Okay, just to finish the topic, you just mentioned that there will be essences. The new I think 2 or 3 essences that get added also provide corruption resistance, and the legendary cloak that we will farm and then upgrade each week also grants corruption resistance. So those will be the core mechanics of next patch, I think.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to them. I like having the legendary cloak that you can upgrade with playing the current content. I think it's a great feature. I like doing weekly stuff to upgrade things, but having a cap on it, so you just do your weekly stuff and then you're done with it and don't have to farm it like endlessly. I really like that idea.
Yeah, me too. So overall, what do you say? Do you look forward to 8.3?
I'm really looking forward to 8.3. I mean, I almost would say I like all the things that are coming with 8.3. And of course, some of them will turn out more negatively than I hope they will. But that's just how it always is. And I think that patch 8.3 will be really good and healthy for Battle for Azeroth. I think that it will fix a lot of stuff that was bad in the current patch. So yeah, I'd say I'm looking forward to it. What about you?
Yeah, me too. I'm really looking forward to the Mythic Plus changes, the new rewards, not having to worry about Titan Forge gear anymore. Just farming the items I want and then knowing maybe they can corrupt, but I also can get those corruption bonuses on other items, so I don't have to farm that particular one. So overall, I think it will just increase quality of life so much, and yeah, really looking forward to that.
Yeah, great. So I think that will be it for the episode.
Yeah. As always, if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, just let us know in the comments. Also, some things that we could improve on, or things you really liked, or we enjoy to listen to your feedback. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.